this man, the magnificent Boy George.
Oh, what a way to introduce me.
Well, there's an old expression we have here, and it's called too long between drinks, Boy George. We've
I
missed
don't
you.
drink, so that wouldn't apply to me, I'm afraid. I drink water.
Too long between
waters.
sparkling waters? Or...
You know,
I drink water and I drink cabbage rejuvelat.
Oh, is
do you?
that the latest, George? Is that what you've been using lately?
It's what I've been using. I've been making it here in Sydney. It's quite easy to make, actually.
Wait, so when I think of cabbage, I think of
Passing wind.
the waft that you leave behind afterwards, George. Is that what you find, or...?
I think you do tend to, yes, let off wind occasionally, but, you're among friends at home.
So that's fine. I mean,
You know
diets-
that someone's a real friend if you're prepared to share wind with them, don't you think?
That's a friend for life, isn't
Has
it?
anyone passed win on the big red chair when you've been filming The Voice?
That's
George?
why you've spun around to get away from it.
I've not been aware of anyone. I think, I'm next to two ladies.
I reckon Joe Jonas will let Smokey off the chain a couple of times this series.
Well, you can have that out with him, can't you? Are you talking to Joe?
He's coming in at some stage.
Okay.
Hey, it's good to have you back, mate. And you know what? It was so good to see the last time you were here as well with The Voice, but also just the success of Culture Club as well, and the reception that you got coming back and touring back here in Australia. That was huge.
Lovely, yeah. I mean, we've been coming here since the very beginning of our careers. Really, this was one of the first places that we visited abroad. I remember the first time we came to Australia about 1983, maybe.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
And I just remember thinking, oh my God, how far is this place?
Yes.
And now you live here.
Now I sort of hear all the time, it feels like they moved it closer to Europe.
But see, I saw did you do a DVD for the performance? Did you do it at Wembley, George? Did you do one
Yes,
there?
I did.
Mate,
Yes.
how big was that crowd that you had for Culture Club? That was massive.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good crowd. It was the last day of the entire tour. We've been on the road for about 6 months.
Yeah, right.
They always want to film the last show. When everything's falling apart and you basically can barely stand up. What a great show to film, but it actually did turn out quite good.
And you haven't had a drink since then, George?
No, not since about 2008.
That's
Is that
a good
right?
effort.
Because we were wondering where you got your beautiful body and skin from, because we were talking to Elle McPherson the other day, and she mentioned 14 years without any grog.
Well, I like the comparison to Elmer Pearson. But that's all in your imagination, you sick boys.
You've got a beautiful body, mate.
We met her at the Qantas Lounge once, and we said to her, because we just wanted stories out of Elle, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she said, look, all I'm going to say to you is that I have done everything that you've ever imagined, and she said, then I stopped. So for 14 years I've been sober, I haven't touched anything, but before that, she said I had my fun in the sun.
But she did also sort of start off with quite a good sort of looking body and face.
She had an advantage, didn't she?
She had a little bit of an advantage, it has to be said.
So, mate, we're excited about this, and you guys have already done auditions. I think you're recording Battle soon. So,
Yeah, that's the next thing, yeah.
are we still producing talent here in Australia?
I think this year the singers are off the charts. I mean, there's no obvious winner this year.
Okay, that's good.
It could be one of a few people. Last year, it felt like the obvious forerunner was Judah Kelly and Hosea.
Yep.
But this year, it's kind of like almost impossible to say who will win. It's up to the Australian public.
Yeah, that'd be us. We got control of that. What about you? Are you battling any of the other judges?
Yeah, I mean, that's part of the course, really. I think that this year Kelly's come back and she's the new alpha female.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
And
so we've
Delta's
had
got a new look.
Delta's got a new look. Yeah, she's looking gorgeous.
She looks amazing.
Joe is as cool as a cucumber, very laid back.
Yeah.
So it's usually Kelly and me that have altercations.
Yeah, sure.
Do you know, can I just bring something up? And this is a previous judge, but he had a crack. I read this in an article the other day. He had a crack at you the other day when a driver was driving him around, but there was a driver driving Sil who was such a big fan of Culture Club, and he brought your name up, and he asked about you and told him that he was a big fan of your band. And then Sil went on to say that he's got this absolute distaste for Boy George and used these colourful words to describe him. Did you hear about this?
I did. I tweeted about it because I basically feel that you should be able to damn whoever you like in the privacy of your own car.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this is the...
And to be honest with you, if Seal heard what I said about him in my car, he'd be devastated.
God, if we could just have that phone call recorded, hey?
I'm always saying to Team George when we're driving back from shows, we'll talk about this when we get home.
Because someone will be recording it.
I got a lot to say.
Well, you just got to be careful in this day and age, what you say. And, it's always good to just say it in the privacy of your own
yes
house.
Oh, yeah, you get caught
friends.
out, don't you?